Hi everyone. I really want to document this moment, this feeling honestly. So it's just, I think, it's actually kind of an album. Hi everyone. I really wanted to document this moment, this time, because I'm, I think, an hour away from my first illustrated journaling session that I'm holding online. This is actually my first online session that I'm hosting. Like, for my teaching purposes as an educator, I have taken many online sessions during the pandemic, but never for something creative. So this is for my illustrated journaling session. You will not believe 17 freaking people have joined the session. Yeah, 17. And they're all over the world, so it's not specific to a geography, which makes it all the more exciting. A lot of them are stackers. By stackers, I mean Substackers. And a lot of them are friends from Hong Kong, some people I don't know from different art groups. And I'll be meeting a lot of them for the first time. So I am excited and nervous in equal parts. And I think it's going to be so much fun. I think, you read that, when you're when you're nervous about something, that means you care. I care about this like 100x because I think these are all like grown-ass people, taking time from their day, taking time from their job, some of them at work, and they're actually giving them the gift of time to pursue something creatively. And I feel that it's my responsibility to show them a good time. I also want them to, feel this, the same joy that I feel in indulging in creative play. I want them to know that this is a sustainable practice. It's not something that they would just come once and forget about it. I want this to be like a growing community where they come together and make themselves, make something that's just for themselves, not for posting it there or to I don't know, to show someone or whatever. It's just for them, they find the joy in documenting their day-to-day life, playing in their sketchbook. So I feel that I am the gatekeeper for this, and I want to show them a really, really good time. So yes, I'm equal parts nervous, anxious, and also very excited. So yeah, I want to record this because I'm also going to document the session, and yeah, hopefully we can combine the two together. Hello, Frish. Hi. Am I saying your name properly? Hi, Lisa. You made it. Okay, amazing. Fanny and Natasha, it would be lovely to see your pretty faces. So, okay, welcome to the session. Okay, right. I think we have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have about 7 more to join, I guess, but I guess we'll start because it's 4:35. All right, thank you so much for joining, everyone. I'm so excited to finally put a face to your names and not in those small circles that we see each other in. Hi, Fanny. Hi. Nice to see you. Okay, so for this session, this is going to be like an introduction to sketchnoting or illustrated journaling. And before we get into that, while some of
So my name is Steph, and I did it on a Post-it because I am still very scared to use my sketchbook. Okay, here we go. So I picked the first one. So I picked the light bulb for creativity and learning, and then also just to do some art and doodling because I'm just very curious about what like the journaling part is. Like, I kind of get it, but I kind of don't. So I wanted to learn about it. And also, what I've come to realize about art is like that you have to do it every day, and it can't just be something where I watch a bunch of YouTube videos about it. And so I felt like, no, I need to actually get more time to to actually practice. So that's why I thought this would be a good opportunity.
While I was young, I used to draw a lot. So I think I also won some competitions, but then I grew up and then probably it got left behind. And then I started, I think when COVID stuck, I started canvas painting. I was trying every sort of creative outlet that's out there so that I can figure out how something other than work rather than, because I work in tech too and it can get boring for sure. So it's like, okay, I need something for myself. I need something, a creative outlet, which I can call my own.
But with me when I'm traveling and I'm sketching either from life or sometimes with the photo afterwards.
Yeah.
But this takes longer, and I like this idea of doing something quick on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I always take a small journal, so it's stealth. But yeah, to do something really on the spot, and maybe to do with journaling, because I've tried writing journals and it doesn't really do much for me. I tend to either get repetitive or it's just a bit boring for me. So I want to spice it up a bit.
Yeah. I completely agree with you, Lisa. I've seen your sketches. I completely agree. And I've done both. And like you rightly said, sometimes this writing gets really repetitive. Like I'm writing about the same things again and again. So when I started mixing this up, it seemed to get more interesting. Like life didn't look that bad as it was in my written journal. So I completely...
Hi. So I chose the mindfulness and well-being. I didn't just draw the emojis. I kind of also I'm really bad at drawing. So I'm here for curiosity and learning as well.
Say that in this session. Stop right there. No self-bashing. No self-sabotaging.
No, but I like it, even though I'm very good at it. So
Amazing.
Yeah. But I just saw this and I was like, oh, this is interesting. Like, no, I want to know what this is about. And it just seems like it's fun. It's something a bit different. And I am quite creative. So I thought I might like it.
Hey, I hope you really like it.
Sure, I will.
Hours a day, I guess. Because why I'm very interested in this lesson is because number one, I never journaled during my whole life. And number two, I was raised up in an Asian family where creativity it's never been a focus. So I never have an art class and so on. But however, I'm super curious about it and I want to learn. And thanks to all this article, I started to do like my first, I started to journal the first time during my train back home when I compute. And I have to say that the sensation is amazing. So that's why I want to learn more.
So, okay, I started sharing my notes on Substack first. And I used to call it sketchnoting. And if you actually Google the difference between sketchnoting and illustrated journaling, there are a lot of overlaps because you use writing and little doodles or little diagrams. But if you want to put a bone to it, sketchnoting is a little more formal. It's mostly used for note taking. For example, if you're in a meeting or you want to do like a report, you want to share a process. So it's mainly for more formal purposes. And illustrated journaling is something more personal, something more like your daily life, probably your mood or your mood swings, whatever you want to call it. So it's a little more personal, it's a little more creative. So of course, I had to call mine illustrated journaling because if it's for formal purposes, I'm not doing it. So I kind of switched the nomenclature a little bit and got it down to illustrated journaling. Things happening. So what I would do is I would fish out my notes on my phone and I would quickly note all the things that caught my eye. It doesn't have to be very descriptive. It can just be these short pointers. And I would record about like 7 or 8 or how many ever I've noticed. And then I would pick which ones I want to make from these 3-minute video. I just want you to note down. You don't have to draw, but if you would love to draw, you can. Just write down 4 to 5 things, or even more if you notice, anything that caught your eye. It could be something that you saw, something that you felt, probably a moment. It could be any of these, okay?
That I like the most is that caught my eye is image of the two persons sitting inside the car and just discussing and having like talking to each other. And I don't know, it's maybe just the human connections that really touched me in there.
The nature, there's a lot of nature in it that was very calming. So I noticed that it was a combination of human connection and then connection with self, because there was some moments where there was solitude. And I don't know, but what I got was the connection, especially one chatting in the car, that was nice, but I feel like there was more comfort in the solitude part is what I noticed.
So my mind, I think, was playing some tricks, wondering how am I going to remember 5 things out of this because there were so many coming up.
Yeah.
And the few that caught me was one of the girls sitting in the room relaxing. I think she had a book or not.
We were talking about Ramela, and I was looking at the emotions, and sometimes she looked very happy, sometimes it was sad, boring, standing outside the shop, I think, just looking at her nails. Then the romance with the partner or the friend or whatever, and also the moments of self, as you were saying, Natasha, connecting with herself and the freedom of the bird. So I saw all those emotions going up and down. I thought that was interesting.
Wow, amazing. Amazing. Who wants to go next? Neha, do you want to try?
Yeah, what I liked, I think there were some very contrasting views. The one is like, the girl is trying to spend more time with herself. It's whether reading a book or standing against the wall or, next to the sea. And the very next moment, then you see her with somebody having a good laugh. And then the busy city. The trains going by, and then you have a lot of cars going, and then you have an empty street again, where she's riding her cycle. So it's very, contrasting. On one side, she's trying to find herself or, self-reflection, on the other side when she's with somebody, and then, the side of that.
I just want to do this exercise for you to start seeing what is your taste in observation. While some of you are very fact-based, some of you are very, based on your emotions. Like, I'm a very emotional person. So I notice every little detail that you see around, and I feel it as well. Like, if I look at an empty swing, I'm not going to think that, oh, there's nobody sitting there. I'll be like, oh my God, that swing looks so lonely. I wish, there was someone to play with, that way. So your interpretation is going to be so personal. And that's why your spread is also going to be looking different from each other. Because what you observe is what you're going to draw. Doing your faces and expressions, because if you see the spread, even if I just draw one static face, it's not going to be that interesting. But if I have different expressions, it's more fun, like I find fun when there is a lot of expressions going on. So our second session is going to be drawing faces in minutes or even seconds for that matter, and using expressions. We will definitely be doing a lot of body postures, because you see, I can do half body, but then if I can actually make it look like I'm thinking, or I'm wondering, or I'm confident, or I'm struggling to draw, I think it makes it more interesting to read. So we'll be doing all these postures in session. And the fourth one is how to put all of this together, like you just asked. Like, I saw the video, but I don't know where to start. I'll teach you where to start.
Okay.
Where are you going to put your heading? Where are you going to put your elements? So once you decide which layout, I'll give you samples of layouts as well. Like, this is where you put your heading. This is where you decide how many points you're going to put. Where do I start? How do I put this picture there? Should I put a picture? Should I write there? So I'm going to teach you all of that in the fourth session. So much for spending your Friday with me.
Thank you, Neha.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice weekend, all of you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Nice weekend, everyone.
Bye. I just finished the session. This was the whole setup. I think I managed. I did a decent job. We kind of overshot a little bit because there were a lot of participants and everyone was participating, like they were sharing, and I didn't have the heart to tell them to hurry up or that we're running out of time. I hate that the most when I'm facilitating a session. So I'm so glad that so many joined, and then so many also felt comfortable enough to share. But I'm fucking spent. Now I need to go and decompress, I've extroverted too much for today. Now I have to go and decompress. Yeah, that's the setup. Looks a little complicated. But yeah, Hong Kong, you gotta do what you gotta do. Do you want to ask me the questions or what?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you want to ask me?
How was the session yesterday?
Okay, give me the mic. We need the sound quality to be good. Okay. So the session yesterday was, I think, extremely rewarding. And it was, I think, worth every effort and every bout of anxiety I had and every other little detail that I obsessed about. I think it was worth all of it.
Why were you so nervous before your sessions?
Oh, I hope it doesn't start raining again. I think because I think the way I see creativity and how we are taught generally as per our conditioning is very different. Like for me, creativity is not just like a hobby or something that you just do in your free time. It's like a way of life for me, because I think the way I've leaned on creativity for, be it a problem in my life, be it like a down phase, be it like in a toxic situation like at my work, or like anything, like it's been like more of a way of self-care for me, and I wanted to make it special for these people who are attending, because I think these are also like grown-ass people who are conditioned to think as creativity or indulging in creativity as something that they would do when they have the time, and that time is so subjective. It's after your work, it's after your probably your family, your kids, those who have kids, it's after all the other responsibilities are done in the world, and then you'll be like, okay, now let me pick up a paper and pen and start to do something. By then you've lost the interest or the will to do anything creative. So I wanted to make creative play very accessible to everyone and give them the joy to actually pursue it on a regular basis, not that one-off thing that you put off probably for a workshop or something. It's something that they need to do every day to feel that joy that I am feeling. So I want to share that feeling with them, and that's why I think it's very important for me to give all those people who attended that kind of an experience, because it was not just like a class where they would just come, learn some things and forget about it. I want them to feel that, wow, this is fun, I can engage this, I can make time for this in my daily life. So I think probably that's why I'm so passionate about it, and probably that's why I'm so, I don't know, you read this, right? Like, you become anxious about something because you care, because it matters to you. And I think this really matters to me, because I know it's helped me in so many ways, being an anxious person myself. So I think, that's why I'm always I'm always a little nervous, I'm always a little anxious, because I want to give everyone an experience that they will remember. Aww. And they will use it after also, not just for the session. Does that answer your question in a very long way?
How did the participants react to it? As in, did they like your session? Did they say this is positive? Or did they learn anything?
So I think some of them had the expectation that we would just immediately go and make a spread right away, which is fair, because I think this was a very mixed crowd. Like, I had 18 people register, and everyone was from different stages of life, different skill sets. So I think it was a very diverse group. So while some of them were very amazed to see that, wow, this is a way I can engage in my daily life using my creativity, whereas some were like, oh, when are you making a spread? So it was like everyone thoroughly enjoyed the exercises, because I kept it very task based. Even though I talk a lot in my sessions, I make sure that it's very activity led, because being a teacher, I know this very well, that attention span is something that's very scarce, and you've got to make them very task based for them to stay engaged. So it was very task led, and I think most of it, they really enjoyed the camaraderie that all the participants share. Like, none of them knew each other. Like, most of them were stackers, okay, like those who were on Substack, and they all got along so well in the session. Like, they were cheering for each other, they were sharing, they were appreciating. We had a very fun non-dominant hand activity where they had to draw another participant, and that was such a fun icebreaker, honestly. Like, they really had a great time picking other people and drawing, and then sharing that, and then I could see that they're feeling happy, feeling heard and seen. So I think the participants had a really good time, and the feedback was good as well, because I did collect feedback, so I got really good feedback, which honestly made my day. Do you have any more questions, or you're done?
What's next?
Okay, so what's next is we just finished the first session. That was like an introduction, and after this we have 3 sessions lined up every Friday. Friday 4:30 p.m. Hong Kong time, and the next session is coming up this Friday, where we'll be exploring faces, how to capture your expressions in minutes. Then the session after that, that's on the next Friday next week, is how to capture movements and have dynamic poses on paper, which makes your spread so very interesting. And the last session would be where you put all of these things together and you make your first journal spread. I'll talk about composition, I'll talk about layout, I'll talk about how to make a spread that's worth reading, revisiting, and sharing. And thereby, you'll be ready to document your life as intentionally as you want. And remember all those special moments, all those special trips, and your journal is definitely going to look like the most fun place you have been and would want to be always. So that's what's next. I hope you enjoy this.